Hi children, today we'll discuss with the ninth lesson, that is soil. We have seen in the first chapter that is soil is most important for the plant to grow because it provides the nutrients and mineral soil that is required by the plant. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It is also helpful for agriculture, for providing food, clothing and shelter for all. Soil is thus inseparable part of our life. The earthy fragrance of soil after the first rain is refreshing. Now we will discuss about the soil teeming with life. It means that how we will use the soil in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life, we use lot of soils. For example, we use red soil for making the cartoons or the Ganesh Murti. And we use garden soil for planting the seeds. We use soil for playing. In parks, we see that the sand is used because the sand is not slippery. So in park, what they will do? They will provide sand. Now we will start with the sand profile. Sand is composed of the distinct layer. We have to know this. We have to perform one experiment. That is, as you can see here in the 9.2, what we have to do? We have to collect some mud and keep it in a glass. Now we have to add water to it. 3/4 portion of the glass should be covered with the water. We have to keep it aside for a few minutes. After that, we will see that the dust particles, that is the rotating dead matter in the soil is called humus, and it is settled at the top of the layer, as you can see. That is the plant or the grass, dried grass. Next, the action of the wind, water and climate, the process is called weathering. It means that while we get the air, we get the dust particles also. And also water and the climatic conditions will also change us. Now then the next layer we can get the pure water. Then after that layer we get the clayey water. Sand is particles are nothing but the marbles or the small rock pieces we get in that layer. And the bottom of the layer we get the mud. Total mud is settled down at the bottom of the layer, as you can see in the 9.2 figure. Now, a vertical section through different layer of the soil, it's called soil profile. It means that what we have did some experiment with the help of the soil and water. We have did in a vertical portion, that is the glass is kept in a straight line. That is called as the vertical portion. This type of the layer that we perform or the experiment that we perform with the soil and water in a glass is called as the soil profile. Bottom of the earth, as we see here in the 9.3, you can see that soil profile. What is this soil profile? It has shown the different layer of the earth. It means that the bottom layer of the earth. The plant is grown. Inside the plant we have different layer of the earth. Dead rock, C horizon, B horizon and A horizon. What are these three? Let us see now. See here, the soil provides the shelter for many living organisms such as worms, rodents, moles and the beetles. The roots of the plants are embedded entirely in the topsoil. Topsoil is called as the generally soft, porous and it contains the more water. It means that you have seen the red color soil. Yes, right? Well, red color mud that is used for growing the plants. What it helps? It helps the plant to grow easily. It will be having some water content in this, moist content. How we will find that the soil is content water? If we dig the mud, we will see that the mud is having some water. It will become a duff as we use the floor. So it shows that the top soil is called as the A horizon soil. This is called as the A horizon soil. It will be containing some water content. It helps the plant to grow easily. Next, here is the B horizon. This is the layer that is hard and more impact. It means that it is the middle layer of the bottom of the earth, underground as we call, and it is having lesser amount of the humus but more amount of the minerals. It means it having lesser amount of the water content, but it is having more amount of the mineral in that layer. Next, that is the third layer, that is the sea horizon, which is made up of the small lumps of rocks with crack and crevice. It means that it contains small lumps of the rock. Small layer of the rock is there. Then it is after that the below, that is the last layer, is the dead rock layer. It is very hard and difficult to dig with a space. It means that it is having so much of the rock and it is very hard to dig it. Now we discuss about the types of the soils. The mixture of the rock particles and humus is called as the soil. It means that the mixture of the rock and also the mud content is called as the soil. And there are two types of soil, that is the sandy soil and the clayey soil. What is the sandy soil and the clayey soil? Sandy soil, you can see that the sand. Clayey soil, that is used in the, that may be red soil, black soil, that is used for the cultivation of crops and also the plants. To grow the plants we use the clayey soil. Sandy soil you can see in the grounds and also in the construction of the buildings they will use. Here we have an activity in the 9.3, that is we have to collect different type of sands, that is clayey soil, loamy soil and sandy soil. What we have to do? We have to clean it. We have to remove all the pebbles and rocks or the grass blades from it. After that we have to add water drop by drop and just make enough water to that ball. It means we have to make a duff with that mud. Can be made from it, but at the same time it should not be sticky. We have to make the mud as we before doing the rotis we make a duff. Like that only we should make the mud duff. Try to make a ball from the soil on a flat surface. Make this ball into a cylindrical. Try to make a ring from this cylinder. Repeat this activity with other samples. We can do it in the clayey soil and also the loamy soil, but not with the sandy soil, because sand does not contain any kind of the water in it. It does not has moist and it does not absorb the water. So we can't able to do a duff with the sandy soil. Now we discuss about the properties of the soil. What are these properties of the soil? First property is that percolation rate of the water in the soil. Percolation rate is nothing but absorption of water in the soil. It means it has the moisture content. What we have to do? We have to take a bottle and cut it at the bottom and place it in the mud. If PVC pipe approximate diameter 5 centimeter it should be, and we should cut 20 centimeter long pieces and use them at the place where you collect them. It means that we have to place that pipe at the place where we will collect the mud. Then we have to add water in it. Up to 200 ml of the water we should pour in it. As you can see here, what will happen? After some times the water will be absorbed from the soil. It shows the prevarications method. You have a formula here that shows the prevarications, how much time is required and what are the rate of the water that is absorbed. Here it is. Prevarication rate is equal to amount of water and the prevarications time, means how much amount of water we have added and how much time was taken to get absorbed in the soil. We have added 200 ml of water and the time was 20 minutes. It has took 20 minutes to absorb the water at the bottom of the soil. This shows that the water is having the percolations rate. It means that it is percolated, it is absorbed. Next we will discuss about the moisture in the soil. Moisture is called as, where we have passed farmlands during the hot summer days. We have seen that a breezy air and also the land is shimmering. It means that the land contains some moisture in it. To test this, what we have to do? We have to do one activity that is in the 9.5. Take a boiling tube. Then add 2 spoons of the soil sample in it. Then keep a lamp or burner below it and also heat the soil. We found that after heating, we found that at the wall of the boiling tube, drop of the water will be seen. It shows that the cooler inner wall of the upper part of the boiling tube on a hot summer day, the vapor coming out to the soil reflect the sunlight. It means that the soil will contain the water. When the hot sun rays falls on the soil, it start getting vapored and the air above the soil seems to be shimmer. After heating the soil, take it out of the test tube. Compare it with the soil which has not been heated. You will get the difference. It means that what we have to do, we have to test after heating the soil, we have to remove it from the test tube and also we have to check the old soil that is kept with us. It will show that the soil that is without moist and the soil that is having the moisture content in it. I will explain it another time. What we have to do, we have to take a boiling tube. We have to add some soil sample in it. Then we have to burn the soil sample. Now we will see the water droplets on the boiling tube. It shows that the soil contains the moisture in it. Now we will discuss about the absorption of water by soil. What is this absorption of water? We will check whether the soil would absorb the water or not. Take a plastic funnel, take a filter paper or a piece of a newspaper sheet, fold and place it as shown in the figure. Now take 50 grams of the dry powder soil and pour into the funnel. Measure a certain amount of water in the measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. You can see the dropper for this purpose. Do not let all the water fall at one spot. Pour water all over the soil. Keep the pouring water till it start dripping. It means that we have to start pouring the water. Still the water will start flowing at this bottom. It will start pouring at one by one drops. After that, we have to calculate the water as the formulas are given. We have taken 50 grams of soil. Then the initial volume of the water will be the UML. Means first we have added some amount of the water. Then till final we will be adding the water to check whether it contains the moist content or not. When we are adding the water, what will happen? The soil will absorb the water. When we add more and more water, the excess of the water will be taken here by drop. The weight of the water absorbed by the soil is initial amount of water and final amount of water. We should minus both of them. We will get 1 ml of water has the weight equal to 1 gram. Then with the percentage of the water absorbed means initial amount of water minus final amount of water divided by 50 grams. 50 is nothing but the total gram of the soil used into the 100. It shows the how much percentage of the water is absorbed by the soil. Soil and the crops. Different types of soil are found in the different part of the India. That is clayey soil or loamy soil or the sandy soil. Soil is also affected by the wind, rainfall, temperature and also the climatic factor which affect the soil profile and bring changes in the soil structure. The climatic factor as well as the components of the soil determine the various type of vegetations and crops. It means that different type of crops uses different types of the soil. For example, in red soil some crops are grown, in black soil some crops are grown, and also in the sand some crops are grown or vegetables are able to grow. Gingers are grown only in the sand only. They are not able to grow in black or red soil. Clay and loamy soil are both suitable for growing cereals like wheat and gram. And soils are good at retaining water for paddy, soil rich in clay and organic matters and having a good capacity to retain water and ideal. It means that the soil contains more water that helps the crops to grow easily. That may be masoor, pulses, loamy soils which drain water easily and are required for the cotton, sandy loam and or the loam which drain water easily. It means that cotton and the cotton crops are grown in the loamy soil because it drains the water easily and it holds the plenty of the air for more suitable. Crops such as wheat are grown in the fine clayey soil because they are rich in the humus and are very fertile. It means that some of the crops are grown in the clayey soil, some of the crops are grown in the loamy soil and some crops are grown in the sandy soil. Sandy soil, especially in the sandy soil, the vegetables like gingers are grown. In the black soil, jowar and pulses are grown. In wheat requires too much content of the moisture. It contains so much of the water content. So, it is grown in the clayey soil. Thank you everyone.